So I see this come up quite a lot on my local Discords as well as the Facebook groups that I'm a part of. There's players out there who are considering purifying their Shadow Mewtwo's, and there's people who argue that it is the biggest mistake that they can make. And a lot of players tend to agree with that, but a lot of other players tend to think that purifying your Shadow Mewtwo's is the best way to go. And I would honestly tell you that it is absolutely the biggest mistake that you can make. The data proves it. A lot of the information regarding Shadow Mewtwo just supports the idea that you should never purify it, and yet players argue against that. And there's a lot of misinformation that's being spread, and I want to squash it all right here in this video. So if you have a friend who is willing to purify their Shadow Mewtwo's in order to get that 100% Mewtwo, then you should definitely share this video with them, because it is absolutely the biggest mistake that you can make in Pokemon Go. And I'm going to be telling you why in this video. Let's roll the intro and get right into it. And how's it going, everyone? It's me, it's Count, here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. Today I'm going to be talking about Shadow Mewtwo. Of course, right now you can pick up a Shadow Mewtwo through special research, and there's a lot of debates right now regarding whether or not you should purify your Shadow Mewtwo's. Now, if you are in the camp that you should purify your Shadow Mewtwo's, I hate to break it to you, but this is the absolute biggest mistake that you can make in Pokemon Go. Shadow Mewtwo, as he currently is the best generalist in the game by far. If you want a Pokemon that is versatile, that is going to deal the most damage on a single target, and that is Shadow Mewtwo. So if you end up purifying this Pokemon, it is going to be an absolute big loss, considering that Shadow Mewtwo is one Pokemon that we will not be seeing often. Something that a lot of players do not understand is that a 0% IV Shadow Mewtwo is still going to be more powerful than a 100% IV regular Mewtwo. So if you are considering purifying your Shadow Mewtwo's because its IVs are super low, then you are still making a huge mistake. Let's take a look at the top DPS Pokemon as according to GamePress. So if you look at this list, Shadow Mewtwo with Confusion and Psystrike is going to be the absolute best DPS Pokemon that's currently in the game. It even beats out Mega Mewtwo Y and Mega Mewtwo X. It's absolutely insane to think about Shadow Mewtwo being stronger than its own Mega Evolution. Of course, this means that if you purify your Shadow Mewtwo, it's going to be significantly weaker, considering that even if you Mega Evolve it, it's still going to be weaker than Shadow Mewtwo. The 20% Shadow bonus that Shadow Pokemon get is absolutely monumental, and you do not want to ignore it. I think a lot of players think that just because it has an additional amount of damage, that it's going to die out really quickly because of how squishier it is. But when it comes to raids, when it comes to Team Go Rocket battles, even when it comes to PvP, the additional damage is going to be much more valuable compared to the additional defensive stats. Now, I know plenty of people have already purified their Pokemon Go Fest Shadow Mewtwo's without knowing that it is the absolute best generalist. And fortunately for you, we are getting a second chance at a Shadow Mewtwo. So if you are doing the Giovanni special research right now, you will be able to pick up a second Shadow Mewtwo. And I implore you to not purify this one, even if the IVs are absolute garbage, because I'll tell you right now, Shadow Mewtwo, even with 0% IVs, is still going to be better than a 100% purified Mewtwo. In terms of how it ranks compared to all of the other Pokemon that are currently available, it is the highest neutral DPS out of every single Pokemon that's currently in the game. Shadow Mewtwo is an absolute beast. It's going to be extremely useful for pretty much every form of gameplay in this game. Even with PvP in the Master League, it could be a pretty powerful Pokemon. Now, of course, in the future, they could nerf Shadow Pokemon damage, and I honestly think they should, considering that Shadow Pokemon are absolutely broken right now. But Shadow Mewtwo, as of of right now, is the absolute king, and you cannot deny that it is going to be the most powerful Pokemon in your arsenal, even if you have the worst IVs out of everyone in your friends group. The fact that Shadow Mewtwo is so versatile is also one of its core strengths. If you were able to TM away frustration, then you can have a whole bunch of different moves at your arsenal. Of course, Mewtwo himself has a lot of different moves that you could use for any situation, but of course Psy Strike is definitely going to be its most powerful move. But even if you do not have an elite charge TM at your disposal, Shadow Mewtwo with Psychic will still deal a lot of damage. And of course it does have a whole bunch of other moves in its move pool like Flamethrower and Ice Beam. All of these moves are extremely useful in different situations, so Shadow Mewtwo is definitely going to be one of the best Pokemon you will have in your arsenal. And I know that a lot of people will use the argument that purifying Shadow Mewtwo will be resource efficient, and yes, that is very true. If you want to max out your Mewtwo and you want to use the least amount of rare candies and Stardust as possible, then yes, purifying your Pokemon will save you a whole bunch of those resources. But I will tell you right now, as someone who dedicated all the resources to maxing out Shadow Mewtwo, it's definitely worth the extra effort, and it's not even that much more. If you are able to max out your Shadow Mewtwo and give it a second charge move and TM away frustration, it's definitely going to be your best Pokemon in your arsenal. And even if it's a 0% IV, it's still going to be miles ahead of your regular Mewtwo's. And I know it's very tempting to pick up that hundo through purification, but I'm telling you, Shadow Mewtwo as it currently is going to be the most powerful Pokemon you will have in the game. And if you purify that Pokemon, you're going to be missing out on that. So make sure you are keeping it a Shadow Pokemon. And if you've already purified your Pokemon Go Fest Shadow Mewtwo, then I'm honestly really sorry for you, but you will be getting a second Shadow Mewtwo through the special research that we currently have. So there you go. Do not purify this second Shadow Mewtwo. And I would say that if you already have a Shadow Mewtwo, then it's best to have a second one with different moves. So yeah. But that's going to be it for this video. Again, I see so much misinformation being spread out there regarding Shadow Mewtwo, and I just wanted to clear the air. And I really want people to realize that purifying your Shadow Mewtwo is the biggest mistake you can make in Pokemon Go. But that's going to be it. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts down below, and make sure you share this video with any of your friends who are considering purifying their Shadow Mewtwo's. It's definitely important that people are made aware that purification is not always the best route to go to when it comes to these Shadow Pokemon. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. I am Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, and I'll catch you all later.